Running Back Nation, what is good? Sixers sickos, what is good? We have arrived. Day one of Philadelphia 76ers 2024 training camp is in the books. All right, and there's just a couple of little notes. So we're going to go over a couple of interviews and things like that. Won't be too long of a video here today. Thank you for rocking with me. Give me 5 million likes on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. And this is brought to you by BetUS. Right now over on BetUS, you can get 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit and 125% on your next two deposits up to $2,000. And right now over on BetUS, we got the Philadelphia 76ers regular season wins over under is live over there. It's set at 52.5 over on BetUS. I personally believe, of course, that the Sixers will probably, if healthy, be over that. So go over to BetUS. Use promo code YouTube150 for 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit, $125 on your next two, up to $2,000. Thank you to BetUS for sponsoring the channel. Of course, the first thing we're going to discuss is Joel Embiid did not scrimmage. And what do we think of this? Nick Nurse says the process of managing Joel Embiid's workload starts with day one of training camp. Went through everything live to a point today, just stopped at the scrimmaging part. Nurse said several other older veterans also sat out of the scrimmaging portion. It's always interesting with Joel Embiid. You know what I mean? He says the process of managing Joel Embiid's workload starts with day one. Again, I think I said this yesterday when Nick Nurse first came in here last year. He was like, "No, we ain't doing any of that. I want Joel Embiid to play more games than he played last year." We were like, "Whoa, that sounds like a terrible idea." So Nick Nurse seems to be taking a totally different approach to training camp and maybe Joel Embiid's workload this entire season. This year seems to be taking a totally different approach. Day one of training camp, he did not scrimmage. Managing his workload starts day one. So what do you guys think in the comments? Are we going to see a lot more of Joel Embiid load managing this year? Or are we going to see, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because last year there wasn't any tore his meniscus, but he's load managed before and still got hurt. It's, how do you really, I don't know. I guess I'm the one with the microphone. I'm supposed to say what I think, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the answer. I don't think anybody knows the answer. I don't think Nick Nurse knows the answer. I don't think Daryl Morey knows the answer. We are just throwing shit at a wall and hoping it sticks every single season. So, you know, maybe you do see a lot more load managing Joel Embiid this season to try to get him to the playoffs healthy. But you also want him to be in shape. He claims that he lost 30 pounds. 30 pounds is a lot of weight. I don't think that's even true. You know, how do you manage Joel Embiid's workload while getting him into basketball shape? God bless Nick Nurse, Daryl Morey, everybody else whose job it is, because I don't know the answer. You let me know in the comments what your answer is to that, okay? The second major part that stands out about the training camp notes after day one is this. Standouts from day one of training camp were GersanYaselli, Caleb Martin, Tyrese Maxey, and Kelly Oubre Jr. I told you. Just from seeing him in the Olympics. And I know it's always, will the game translate to the NBA? Will the EuroLeague game translate? It's still basketball. From just a very basic standpoint, I saw GersanYaselli in the Olympics, and I said, hey, he should be in the NBA. And then there was rumors that the Sixers were that an NBA team was going to sign him, and I was putting out videos saying, should the Sixers sign GersanYaselli? A lot of the comments were, he's not even going to come to the NBA, bro. EuroLeague's different, blah, blah, blah. Not only does he come to the NBA, the Sixers are the team that signed him. And then we were talking about, is GersanYaselli going to be part of the rotation? Does he have a chance to be in the starting power forward? And now, day one of training camp, one of the standouts is GersanYaselli. It might be Yabu season, boys. Now I want you to see this. Yeah, it's shooting in an open gym. But there's GersanYaselli getting some threes up after practice. And I got to tell you, 6'8", 275, is aggressive, is physical, and can shoot the three. Like I said, he shot over 40% from three in his entire EuroLeague career, which was, I think, 3 years, maybe 4 years. 4 years with 1 year left. That's when he came back over. And something came out yesterday, too, that Daryl Morey claims that he was trying to get GersanYaselli for a couple of years, but couldn't get him out of his EuroLeague contract. And once he was on the final year of his contract, they were able to make that happen. So there he is. Again, 6'8", 275, can stretch the floor, is physical. I mean, I don't think you can ask for anything more from an NBA power forward who's playing with alongside a dominant center. I think Yabusele might be the signing of the offseason for the Sixers. Well, outside of, Paul George and probably Caleb Martin, but it might be neck and neck right there. What's next from Kyle Neubeck here in the Bahamas at Sixers training camp? Andre Drummond has joined Yabusele for some post-practice threes. Heard this is something he's worked on this summer. Now, my personal opinion on Andre Drummond shooting threes is no thank you. I don't think Andre Drummond is going to be in any lineups where he needs to be spacing the floor like that. When you watch Andre Drummond shoot a basketball, I guess it doesn't look as terrible as I remember. He's hitting them. I mean, again, it's wide open in an empty gym, but I don't know. He's a backup center. We brought him in to help our rebounding issues and to back up Joel Embiid, and I'm more worried about Andre Drummond's defensive ability, rim protection ability, than his ability to shoot threes. I literally don't care at all if Andre Drummond can shoot a three. Give me your opinion on that. And when talking about how this year's team is different, Kelly Oubre spoke about how the Sixers have a good mix of young players and vets and how he fits as a sort of intermediary between the two. It's really dope to be able to fit in to both generations and help the younger guys learn from older guys. Oubre was asked when he realized he was a vet adjacent. Justin Edwards was like, "What up, OG?" And I was like, "Bro, chill. I'm like 5 years older than you." So, the Sixers finally, for the first time in the last, 15 years, like since the process started, we actually have a deep roster full of young talent, core talent, mixed with actual veteran NBA playoff tested players. I've said it a million times. This should be the best roster on paper the Sixers have had in the Joel Embiid era. It just should be, and I'm looking forward to Kelly Oubre being one of many standouts on this team. I think that's all I got, man. Anything else you guys want to throw into the comments, go ahead and do that. Tomorrow we'll see if Joel Embiid scrimmages at the end of training camp practice, but today he did not. Standouts were GersanYaselli, Caleb Martin, Tyrese Maxey, and Kelly Oubre Jr. I'm happy to see Caleb Martin in there also. This is a good roster, guys. This is a good roster. We'll see you soon, sickos.